Hi guys, Lord Beardo, Loot Nation. I'm going to talk about the Giants today, a little long overdue for it, but nonetheless, here they are. This base I came across once the loot stimulus package came into effect. All the collectors and mines were overflowing for everybody. This would have been a hard base to barch, all the mines on the inside, so I had the Giants, which worked out well. I've been trying to do as many giant attacks as I can while they're 5s. I'm getting my 6s today, so I wanted to do a couple raids to kind of show you how the Giants change from 7 to 8. In 7, you're focused on healing them with the healers and keeping them alive the entire time, and you don't want them to hit any of the spring traps. But as they get into your level 5 and your level 6, they get a lot more hit points. They become a lot more stronger, so you only have to heal them with the spells, and then you can use more of your troop count for wizards and a support army, which is going to help you take out the rest of the base, get your 100%, get your war 3 stars and whatnot, which I'm going to show you a little video from a clanmate later on. And just, with the Giants, you don't really need the raid spells. The raid spell was so important when you first get the king, especially with the way that affected with the king. Now, since they put the update through, the kings are not nearly affected by the raid spell, nor the queen. So the raid spell is becoming a little bit less effective. You really want to try to get into the idea of using more wall breakers. As you can see here, there's a humongous hole that I opened up with all the wall breakers. You might want to throw back the video for a second. Watch how many wall breakers get all the way through the inside of the base. And this allows for your go wipe and your Giants to just free roam through to get to all the defenses. And it works out well with bases that aren't so honeycombed like mine is, but is a little bit more open, and that's what's going to work out best with the heal spells, with the Giants, with the ground troops. So poor Mort right here tried to come and attack me. He didn't really get anything. Gave a ton of trophies to me. This is my favorite part of the game. I love revenging people. I like it when they're fully loaded in their loot and they got their ideas and plans as to what they're trying to save up for. In this case, he didn't have too much, but he's definitely saving up for some upgrades. He's in Town Hall 8. He got a lot of light archer towers and what have you, so he's not that far along. It was kind of fun. I pull out the clan castle. I always try to fight directly at the Town Hall, so whatever side it's closest to the edge of their walls is what I'll attack towards, especially in war. This works out really well. I see people attack in the opposite direction, and I just don't understand why. If you have a bad raid, at least get the 2-star instead of having to fight all the way across the war base or base in general. So I pulled the clan castle, take it down. I'm going to dump all my Giants right in the hole. You don't have to initially drop a heal spell. You see even right there, I take a full big bomb. They're still at half their strength. You really want to watch the way you use your Giants, and you don't want to heal them too early. You don't want to drop your spells too early. Here I throw down the raid spell, and that helps get the troops inside the base a lot quicker. That's another fun little strategy you can use. And again, before I was saying that the bases that have the big open chamber in the middle, they're perfect for the Giants. So look for those bases. All the anti-hog bases you're dealing with in war, you can use Giants and get very good scores with your clan in wars if you use these strategies, but you have to fight the right bases with the right troops. So when you see an anti-hog base, don't even try to hog it. Just leave it. Come in with the Giants or a go wipe strategy, and you're just going to destroy these people who aren't thinking that Giants are still good, because they are. They're very effective. But once you get the dragons, once you get the hogs, you start to get away from using the Giants so much. And you can still use them. You just got to. They're just more of a patient fight, and you got to save your spells. And they're still great to fight with. But most important, when you're using a ground troop, you have to use enough wall breakers. It's not crazy to use 16 to 20 even. come a little bit less on the giants or, fewer wizards or archers. But when you're able to open up the inside of the base more for these troops to move around freely, they can't be stopped. I mean, you can see right here, you got cannons, you got Teslas and wizard towers all hitting them, and they're just barely affected by it. They don't need a lot of time at the walls if you blow all the holes open. And that's also on the defensive side, where I say to leave a good amount of honeycombing in your base or still use kind of that funnel track system, because you are going to get attacked by giants here or there, so you want to make sure that you're at least leave enough honeycombing in your base and upgrade your walls fast enough so that the giants just get stuck right there at the wall. I was messaging one of the clanmates today and told him he has some skull walls on the outside, and I told him to surround some of the important things on the inside, wrap up the Dark Elixir, the Clan Castle, or the Town Hall with the more upgraded walls, kind of like what this guy has on his base, so that it's harder for the troops inside the base to move around and there's no more wall breakers left, because few people really bring enough wall breakers. Alright, so I'm going to show you a couple attacks by one of our co-leaders, Stupid from Loot Nation. He's got the level 6 giants. Now, just to run off a little bit of the stats for him, the most impressive part of them is that from the level 5s, which are 670 hit points, the level 6 gets 940 hit points. So you're looking at a significant increase there. That's where you don't need to use the heal spells as quick. They kind of keep lingering around, and they're strong enough with their attack at 43 that they can get through the walls. You see it just gets right through the pink walls super easily. So if you're not like the best at attacking and you're still having a lot of trouble with it, but you have these big giants, you can fight against these rush Town Hall 10 bases and 9s with bad walls and still be able to make a ton of different loot while you're practicing with your war armies and whatnot. So it's definitely really important to continue to upgrade as fast as you can into the level 6 giants, and they work out well for a lot of your clanmates who are going to be in Town Hall 6 or 7. If you give them level 6 giants, you're just going to help them win so many matches and they're going to get so much more loot. So if you have them, be generous, throw them around. They're not really a good war troop in the clan castles. They just don't move fast enough, so you can kind of get all around them, dance around them, especially if you got a base that's set up for where it's not set up well for hogs, so people are going to come with the hogs. The giants will never really catch up to them, and the same thing with dragons and anything in the sky. They're just going to be very ineffective. So stick with the wizards in your war clan castles, or dragons, of course, work well. When you're using the giants, they're your primary troop in your attack, and you're always going to need a secondary army. A lot of people use wizards. They are by far the most effective when you're using the giants. They take the defenses down while the giants are getting shot so much faster than archers or barbs. If you're in Town Hall 7 and when you're in the beginning of Town Hall 8, you can always go with using less giants instead of using like 20 plus. You can stick with around 12 or 16 and use barbs with them, and being that everybody has pink walls and stuff like that, it's a lot easier to have the barbs help cut through the walls, especially after the update. Now they kind of get together and fight the same little spot. So use the wizards during war. When you're looting, you can definitely come down off the giant amount a little bit and use barbs. So I'm asked the question, what's a good 3-star war army for Town Hall 9s? And it's really base dependent. You see this base here is wide open chamber, so initially you're going to go with giants or go wipe. I have yet to really find the effective way of using Go Wee Wee in Town Hall 9. I'm going to upgrade my witches pretty soon and see if I can't get that to work. My golems are still really low. They're only 1s. They're still effective, though, against Town Hall 9s, but I definitely need to get them up to 3s and into 4s for them to become dominant. But these ground attacks work really well here for the anti-hog bases and the spread out bases, and people are spreading their bases out to fight against dragons. And it's a good strategy. It's a good strategy to stop people against the dragons, because most people do not know how to fight on the ground properly. They always drop all their spells in the beginning. They always pop their king way too early, their queen too early. They never wait for the right timing, and that's really what it comes down to with the ground attacks. And the troops have a lot more hit points, so they can sustain a lot more attacks from the pieces of defense, and you have to be able to create meat shields costs 4 wizards in order to 3-star, and you have to keep your wizards alive by healing them and hope that they don't go over traps. And that is really kind of the essence of the ground game. There's a lot more variables to go wrong than to just throw all the dragons up or, put all the hogs. So when it comes to 3-star armies, you really have to just determine it from the base that it's in my opinion. I think that's just the only way to do it. If it's a tight, compact base with bad air defenses, go with dragons. If it's a spread out base with good air defenses, go with the ground attack. Go wipe or go with the giants. And if it's a compact base where there's obviously no big bombs inside, you go with the hogs. It's the most effective way still. If there seems like there's going to be chambers in the middle of the base that could have the big bombs in them, then you either have to heal on those spots if you have the 5s. I wouldn't even try it with 4s, but if you have the 5s, you can heal on those spots, especially with the level 6 heal, and that's very effective for war. But Stupid comes down here to the wire, 1 second left. The giants stay alive. He had 25 plus giants. The army composition, which is right about to pop up, is going to show just that there are just ways of getting 3-star in war as long as you use your head and pay attention.